Oh, welcome to RTP Extended version of Final Fantasy 13 Part 3 Lightning Returns. Well, it's a long time coming. This is the third and final episode of the trilogy. Everyone has been kind of wondering when this is going to come out. It took its while to come out. This one I got for Xbox 360 version. This is a little bit different to our usual review. We're going to trim together the first day, technically. I'll explain what that means shortly when it gets to the actual game itself. And then from there, I'm giving you a review of some problems, I would say problems with this game. It's not exactly what Final Fantasy fans wanted to actually see from a title like this. We're going to kick into it. We've got normal mode or easy mode. And they've got an easy mode in here to make the game easier. Apparently normal mode is hard.
When I awoke,
Back to front.
asleep,
This is our loading intro.
the end of the world.
I'll let you hear some of this.
It's beginning. The feast at the end of time. The last revelry to say farewell. The people here know that it's almost over.
Yeah. Only 13 days to go.
It's the chaos. Do you want to turn back?
Too late now.
What are you doing? The Savior. Sire! Got it.
Snow, it's been a long time. You know what I am. And you know what I want.
I can take a wild guess. You want to save The legends had told of her coming. Banisher of darkness, bringer of light, redeemer of souls. She'd come at the end of days to guide our souls to salvation. Damn you, lightning! What's it gonna be? You gonna try to kill me? Huh?
It's over.
You're a regular angel of death, Light. So now what? This the bit where you save my soul?
I could help you, if that's what you want.
Damn it! What kind of answer is that?
Uh-oh. Now that isn't going to work.
Lumina!
No, that's not right. You're not supposed to throw your life away.
I swear that kid is a demon.
Angels of death and demons? You're attracting the wrong crowd, Snow.
Whoa. No one is gonna stop me. You hear? Not you, definitely not her. If I have to fight the Savior, then I will.
So you kind of see the return of Snow, Lightning, your main protagonist and the main character of Final Fantasy. He's the first flaw of the game itself, which you only have with one playable character, and that being Lightning.
He's patron of a never-ending revel, presiding over a banquet at the end of the world. And I've become the savior. I'm a servant of God, sent to a world being consumed by chaos. Tell me, Snow, has ever a day passed when you haven't thought about Sarah? The girl you loved, my younger sister. How long has she been gone now? She brought us together and made us allies and friends. I can't give her back to you, but I can save your soul and free you from your long torment. It'll be my first act as savior.
Yeah, because while all the old characters are back, you see them as you go through the story itself. Gotta wait till a later scene where you think there's going to be some good action, considering the opening scene has been good action. Mr. Into this Chaos Fury.
What the? Who are you? And what are you doing here? If you're playing around in the middle of this chaos, I'm guessing you're not human.
You can see when you're inside this stuff? Then you can't be one of God's regular lackeys, can you?
What? Who are you talking to? The enemy! Focus on the enemy!
Right, when we go into this, we're still in the tutorial level right at the start of the game. We get insight into the actual mystery of the game itself. So you're going to have the old characters, you're going to have one character, like combat roughly the same. You get paradigm shifts are replaced by these costume changes, which we'll go into detail on. The whole computer, whole ability with maxing gauge, allowing you the effect to technically batter your opponent. If you're looking for fights against big bosses like this, you might be in for a shock. It's not really that rare now. Seems to have lost that one. It's the stage out in terms of really that in this game. Fight in general against it's kind of taken out as well. Which we'll talk about shortly. It was quite easy to stagger this thing down into four gauge maxes, and that's pretty hacked down, but I'll give you an idea of the combat's roughly the same sort of style. If you've got one character, it's got to be something interesting, allowing you to heal and attack within the same combat chain. You've got to remember when to block and when to attack.
It's locked. Can I force it?
That might be beyond even you. Hold on a second. I'll see what I can do from here.
There's a lot of chaos building up back there.
Yes, indeed. And Snow's inside, or whatever's left of him.
Well, he has been living without hope for centuries. Now the world's about to end. He might have lost his mind entirely. If it were anyone else, I'd say that was a given.
Do you think it could have gotten to him, though? Broken even his spirit?
I hope not, but...
Light! You've been spotted! You've got to get out of there, now!
After coming all this way? I'm his last chance, damn it. I know what he's going through. The pain of losing Sarah.
That's true. If there's anything left of Snow, as the Savior, you're the only one who can rescue him. That's why you have to protect yourself. If you're killed, it really will mean the end of the world. And then who can you save?
Alright, fine. Take me back to the Ark.
Hold on.
Right, and that's all. The tag was the story itself. Hope is another one of the characters you
She
use
thinks
in a
she's going to save his soul? Would you listen to this nonsense? God turns her into the savior and it all goes straight to her head.
You know, the savior nonsense. Technically. This is our going back from memory lane, telling you about everything happened in previous Final Fantasy, because now have our opportunity to reminisce. Now, Lightning is now apparently God's disciple. You're going to find this out in a minute.
So I turned to Sarah.
She was given
The only family I had.
a mission by God
Sister.
in order to allow Sarah to escape.
I
So
sent her to her death.
she has to save souls.
But I prayed that someday
It's kind of
done.
a weird one,
Dreaming of
because
the day I might bring her
we're
back.
on this boat
I fell into
area
a long sleep.
in the future
It
called
was a
the
sleep
Ark.
as dark as death,
Yes, it's very Bible related, because we've got Noah in the Ark.
and each one seemed like an
Lightning
eternity
is on
until
this Ark, and she has to rescue souls as the Savior,
one day,
brings
the
them in
light
to
touched
have
me.
Jesus,
I
to
knew
have
what it
Noah,
was.
and to try and build the future by saving some of our souls and deserve
All
it.
powerful, all knowing,
It's alright,
ruler of the world and sky above.
and you see the all powerful knowing she's getting given a mission by
The light was his
Renevela,
voice, and I felt
Renevela,
warmth on my
who's part
skin
of
as
God.
he spoke. He told me what I had to do.
God is kind of
I
giving her
would be his servant,
some powers
and if I succeeded in doing
used
his
to
bidding,
help
my reward
save
would be a
people's
miracle.
souls.
He said she would live again. My sister, Sarah, and I'd have her back at last.
As a reward, you'll get Sarah back.
And so I was
And this
chosen
new world.
by God to rescue lost souls and guide them past the end of this world and into the next. I became the savior.
Very sort of Neo type hero. Yeah. Well, here's your gaming hub. This is the Ark, where you get your missions from. You won't spend too much time on the Ark, because there's nothing to do here, apart from like talk to Hope, who's near to completely useless as was in any other Final Fantasy game. And really is annoying. He kind of talks you throughout the game, and he's unit device here.
There's
He
something I want to tell you.
orbits
Something I think you have to
planets
hear.
and
It'll
tells
take
you
some
that it's
explaining,
on
so when you have the time, come
Now-
and talk to me.
powers and powering up can be done by collecting this sort of stuff as a Blizzard like art. These are actually powers. You can collect these powers, and these are allowed to be put onto your shift power, which allows you to change different costumes, allow you to do different magic. In that case, there's swords. Because you have to have one item per shift. So therefore, if you've got a sword in one, you've got to have a different sword in the other. It'll
Command
be
of the Ark.
explained a bit later
And this
on.
was where he told me about God's plans for the
You'll
two
know
of
what I
us
mean when I
and the
explain it a bit
world.
later on, because I've got other stuff
Bunavelza,
to show you right now.
God of Light, has made a decision. The gates are open and chaos has flooded through,
And this is how
consuming the
Bob gets
world
the
and
fancy
everything in
searing,
it.
because you
Not
can
even
see
God can
into
stop
the
it,
chaos.
and he isn't going to try.
Chaos is what's going to kill the
Instead,
end of the world.
he's going to build a brand new
It's
world.
kind of happened already,
But he needs people to
and the
live in
world's
it.
ended.
What would be the point of a world without souls?
But you're
That's
in
where
a
you
sort of
come in,
time
Light.
storm
You're the
above it,
last piece
so
in the puzzle.
therefore time doesn't run
You're the savior. It's a simple
parallel
role.
to what's
You
going
have to
on here.
rescue as
So
many people as you can
that's
from
kind
this
of
world
like
and lead them to the new one.
limbo.
It's an
You're allowed to go
incredible
back down
opportunity.
to
You
the
can
air,
bring salvation to hundreds, maybe thousands.
there,
In return, you'll get your chance to bring
to
Sarah back.
save
A
people's
deal, huh?
souls within a
I
6 day
scratch
time
God's
limit.
back and he gives me
You're
what I
kind of given
want.
6 days
My
before the end of the
sister.
world to try and
He's
save as
giving you
many
a
people as
chance.
you can.
No guarantees. I know it isn't right using your sister, but
And you're
It doesn't
hoping that
matter.
God keeps his word and gives you your sister back.
God is
That's
using my
kind of
dead
the
sister
gist
as a
of
bargaining
this
chip.
jilted story.
Something like that should infuriate me to no end. But
It does
for
sound very
whatever
dull.
reason, I don't feel
It's
angry.
even worse than that. You're going to find out shortly exactly how worse this
It's
story
like
is
there's
kind
a
of paper
hole
thin.
where she used to be.
I think I know what you mean.
She's a bit sad and she
I'm
kind
the
of missed
same
her
way.
sister. This was all
It all
tied up in
happened
our Final
such a
Fantasy
long
stories,
time
to be
ago.
honest.
I remember it clearly, but the feelings, they're gone.
Maybe
Bob's
that's how
got some
God wants it.
issues. He can't seem
Maybe
to remember
emotions
the
in his
past.
servants just distract us from what we're supposed to do.
This is the hope from the first Final Fantasy.
So he got
The
rid of
second
them
one,
for us.
he was in that one, but his memory's
Maybe
been
he did.
wiped.
And
He
maybe
doesn't
returning
really
me to
remember
childhood was
any
part of his plan too.
the
But we
wrong
can't
was from
expect to
him.
understand everything he does.
Of course I had to accept God's deal. What choice did I have? It was my fault
So the
that
ones
Sarah
who screwed
died.
up my God.
If the only way I could save her was by doing God's will, so be it.
I
With
just
hope
like to look
as
like a
time to
chapter
guide
in a
me,
Bible.
I began my holy mission. Liberating the souls of the living from a dying world, and ushering them into a new one. The Savior, servant of mighty Bunavelza himself.
Light? Light, what's the matter? What is it? Are you alright?
I'm fine, just reminiscing.
"500 years ago, chaos was unleashed, and our world began to be consumed. 5 short centuries. That's what it took to destroy all of creation. Now there's barely anything left at all.
And when the Savior has used all her light, the bells will toll and the world will end. Is that what you told me?
Yes, but when that time comes, Bunavelza will finally awaken, and he'll bend his great will to create a new world.
Right. And in the meantime, I've got some souls to save.
Yes, as many as you can. Remember, every soul you leave behind will be lost for all
This little
eternity.
clock and all these signs all over the clock, so obviously it must light up. Now, we're going to get a bit short. I know this is a long
As
intro,
long as
this
you're
is why
here,
it's
you're
extended
safe.
version.
You can rest and not worry about what's happening in the world below. When you're in the Ark, time ceases to flow for anyone but us.
Is that all God can do? He can stop the flow of time up here, but he's helpless to prevent the world from being destroyed.
Yes, in 13 days God will reawaken. It'll all be over then, and no power in the universe can stop it. But the problem is, the world may have even less time than that.
It doesn't happen at the same time?
It should, but the world has been weakening rapidly under the onslaught of the chaos. The pace of the destruction is accelerating. Your problem is, if the world ends too soon, you won't have enough time to save all the souls you can. You have to delay the end for as long as possible. Now listen carefully, Light. What I'm going to tell you is very important. As the Savior, you have a special life force. I call it Aradia. It's the power of God's light. It gives you your powers. And much more. If you offer your life force, this Aradia, you can give energy to the world and delay the final destruction for a while.
I can delay the destruction, but not avoid it forever. When God wakes after the 13th day, the world is screwed whatever I do. But what does it matter how many days are left? the end stays the same, why not keep the Aradia for myself?
Because if you did that, and the world ends before the 13th day, God will deem that you have failed. Then what will happen to your bargain? Will he still deliver on his promise if he believes that you failed to deliver on yours?
Right, the bargain. In other words, if I don't keep the world alive for 13 days, I don't save Sarah.
And not just Sarah either. The entire human race might be lost. So do you see, Light? Aradia is the key. You have to gather as much of it as you possibly can. And the way you do that is by saving people's souls.
So that's what I've got to do. Save souls so that I can save Sarah.
Yes, exactly. Remember how much Snow has changed? Here at the end of the world, there are many people like him caught in the grip of despair, their hearts shackled by regret and longing. If you reach out and help them with their troubles, you can break those shackles. Then their souls will be released. They'll be free to be reborn in the new world, and in return, your savior life force will grow.
So that's what he wants. Rescue as many souls as I can before the world ends and takes humanity with it. My mission.
Right, so it's all tangled together. You can sit there and do nothing, and the game can be finished.
The
Or you
destruction
can
began
save
500
souls,
years ago,
and
but
you
you know
level
that.
up.
It was when the chaos first
And
flooded into our world.
go to a better
Most of
place.
the world was lost immediately under the ocean of chaos. Only one small region survived. The survivors call their island of refuge Nova Chrysalia. The chaos brought destruction, and a kind of immortality too. Suddenly everyone stopped growing. It was like we'd lost our time. But if that was a gift, it was a poisoned one. We could not age, and neither could new life be born. There were no more children. But although we were ageless, we were not immune to death. Sickness, accidents, and violence could still kill us. Life remained as fragile as it had always been. And so humanity began a new chapter of its history. The population slowly shrinking, the survivors falling into an ennui born of lives that last too long. Eventually, new creeds took hold and new legends created. One of these told of the Savior, a servant of God. She would descend to Nova Chrysalia at the end of the world, humanity's last chance for salvation. The Ark is the remains of the artificial cocoon, a planet built of steel, back when humanity still dared to dream of greatness. Bunavelza has repurposed the world we built. This is where the souls of the saved are kept, ready to be reborn in the new world. But the people down on the surface have forgotten what this stands for and simply call it a moon. Who am I exactly?
Which should be made
It's a
from
question I don't have the answer to. I don't know how I know the things I'm telling you. I don't know who gave me the knowledge. It's not that I have forgotten my past. Some memories are still there, and I can summon them when I want. It's just that I can't recall the emotions they should evoke, as if they're images of someone else's life. I know that I once lived in a great city on the surface of the planet. I know that Snow and I joined forces to try and battle the menace of the chaos. And then, suddenly, I was here. I tried to find out what happened. According to records that still survived, the man called Hope Estime disappeared 169 years ago. But the records and my memory end there. What happened after that, I can only assume I was in the hands of God. I was part of his plan, so he took me and prepared me for the role that I had to play.
Yeah, he's kind of screwed up kids. More screwed up than usual, hopefully.
Time you want. Just remember though, you have to come back here every morning at 6.
You're giving the Savior a curfew. Is that it?
There is a good reason. I'll explain it to you when the time comes. We can use the warp machine to send you
You're
back
even
down.
6, so
Just step in front of the device whenever you're ready to leave.
right. So you go down at midday, which is 12 high noon, and then you go down. You have to come back up at 6. You're given 6
By
hours
using the warp
each
device,
day
I can
to
teleport
save
you
things
back
if you
down
can.
to the surface.
I'm worried about Snow. I should go to his palace.
You could, but I suggest you visit another city instead.
You want me to abandon Snow?
Down on the surface, time is stopped for everyone. The palace will still be on high alert. It would be next to impossible to get anywhere close to Snow.
You're saying I should let things cool down first.
I'm going to send you to XIII. It's the capital of the world. ore, what's left of it anyway. I'll place you inside an inbound train. When the train stops at the station, you can get off with the other passengers. Something has happened in front of the station.
All right, do it.
You're surprisingly calm for someone who's about to venture into unknown territory. But you were always brave.
Brave? I don't feel brave. I don't feel anything. No worry, no confusion, no fear.
That's good. But you still need to stay safe.
Right, so you're sent into the planet. There's 4 sections of the world, and this one will be Luxarian.
The Usnow train is now arriving. Luxarian North Station.
Luxarian, a bustling metropolis, the divine city of light in the holy sea of salvation. It's the last bastion of peace and order in a dying world. Most of the people who live here worship the almighty Benevelza. The city is governed in his name by a powerful religious sect known as the Order of Salvation. God's followers believe in ultimate redemption, and their faith helps keep the fires of hope burning.
That's video.
But even in this pious city, a darkness lurks untouched by divine light. A heresy that rejects the teachings of Supreme Benevelza.
It's another girl.
How awful.
I bet it's the heretics doing.
The divine city doesn't look so holy now.
This was no accident. The girl was left here intentionally. Light! Help her!
There's no need. Just a dummy. Hope, did you see who dropped it? They must still be close.
My sensors didn't pick up anything at all. I'm running a search of the city's video database, but I'm coming up blank so far.
Doesn't matter.
You're very
I'll just find
right,
out myself. Luxarian. The divine city of light. Is that what they call it? Trouble is, the brightest lights cast the darkest shadows.
And this is where the quests come in. You're given a quest, a level of quest. This reminds me of Final Fantasy Online. You're given these quest missions. It turns this game into an MMO. You accept the quest, you complete the quest, you get a reward, which is normally leveling up in bonuses. So, in order to level up in this game, you have to do complete quests. This is where it gets really stupid, and you lose the aspect of fighting in this game.
Luxarian is the city of divine light, yet it has seen the murder of 3 girls in 3 days. The people seem to be growing fearful. If you find out anything at all, I'd be anxious to hear it. There are similarities among the victims. They have all been young women, and all of them had rose-colored hair. Yes, just the same shade as yours. You may also become a target of the killers. I urge you to be careful.
Right, you got a clock on the right hand side, gives you the days left. And the clock will count down from 21 down to 8 down.
Another victim has been discovered. I
Oops.
knew the lady victim. She was a leading member of the order clergy.
The trigonometry of the game's quite poor because you can seem to run into each other, and kind of slice the person out. So all very people can walk through the cutscenes.
The Savior's mission is to rescue the souls of people trapped in prisons of pain and suffering. By forming a bond with them, you can lead their souls to salvation.
But you can virtually walk anywhere in the closed area. In this case, this whole area is barricaded and blockaded off. So you can't go very far. But the first quest technically is this person being murdered, you find out who posted it away from the clock tower. So it's kind of Sherlock Holmes. You're a detective. And you're going to have to hunt for clues.
Damn it, it's not like him to be late.
You see when the problem is somebody's pushed the person aside. And the other problem is this. You can control the camera. Look at me. Control this camera. It just seems very... You can move the camera up and down, left and right. There's no need for you to be able to control this camera. It's a pointless act. The same as this pointless mission, where you look for Holmes, and Holmes is turn up for a shift, and the biggest problem you got is that it seems a rather daft quest, but this saves this person's soul apparently. This class is a side quest. Now, when you get given a side quest, usually you're given quests. You have to do it within the time limit before 6 AM. Because you're from midnight until 6 AM is when you're given some chance to solve the problems. If you don't complete the side quest within the set time limit, then you fail the quest and this person's soul isn't saved. But you feel like you've done something good because you saved Holmes' soul and the other guy's soul, so the two of them add to your life force, technically power or level you up. Now, normal Final Fantasy, which just is a flaw, a major flaw, this one, you fight monsters in a free roam environment and you level up that way. The whole free roam is being taken away. You're only given 4 cities, you're locked into a specific area in the city, you can't roam about, you're kind of transfixed to these points. You have to do these ridiculous side quests, which aren't what Final Fantasy is all about. I don't want to kill 4 monsters or 6 monsters. I don't want to take this guy to the other guy to save his life, whatever it is. It's taking away the whole combat and mystery and fighting chaos. This is what I want to see, an actual storyline develop. But it's all very slow, and considering you've only got 6 days to save the world, this game can be really short. As my mate said to me, you can sit about doing nothing, and it will end and you'll the game. So, I really would like to see what would happen if I didn't do anything at all for 6 days.
Holmes, you're safe. I was so worried about you, I could barely concentrate on my duties.
Sorry, boss. I saw what happened over where they found the girl. I guess I just panicked. I don't know why I got so scared. I'm sorry I let you down. It won't happen again.
Never mind, I'm just glad to see you're safe. Guess I never told you. Well, Years ago, one of my colleagues was killed by a monster. I was afraid the same thing had happened to you. I panicked and asked this lady for help.
I can't believe no one told me that when I took this job. But anyway, sorry for the trouble, boss. From now on, I swear to you, I'm never going to be late. I mean, what if your heart gave out or something with worry? Can't have that on my conscience.
A true friend that cares. Maybe that's enough to save a soul.
Right, so the quest goes through is complete. You get given these additions to your costume, and you get to save your soul.
Well, a deal's a deal. You got me here safe and sound, and so I'm going to tell you exactly what I saw. It was the children of XIII. They tossed the dummy off the tower. I really wanted to tell the Inquisitors what I saw. Honestly, I did. But I was afraid those heretics might find out and make me their next victim.
And you're aware, son. You're collecting all this valuable information. You're taking it back to the Inquisitor, and he'll allow you to move on out of the city. Hopefully. The blockade took place.
I'd be glad to hear it.
The goddess's disciples are beginning to gather. If you lift the blockades around this area, there's a good chance they'll start to move out.
You're suggesting I let them go? It's not a bad idea. Yes, I'll give the order and we'll see where the heretics lead us. We've managed to find some eyewitnesses, and we think we know who it was that strung the dummy from the tower.
Let me guess. The children of XIII, right?
Ah, you have your own sources, I see. In recent weeks, the heretics have become more visible on the streets of our holy city. The poor, benighted fools don't believe in God's salvation. Clearly, their despair has led them to carry out these wanton acts. If only they would open their eyes, embrace God, and they could bathe in the pure light of His almighty grace. Can't they see that their souls would be liberated in the new world? The irony of it all is that their fanatical rejection of the Savior has only made my own faith that much stronger. Although perhaps that is the work of the Savior herself.
If you think your faith will save you, then go ahead. Believe all you want.
And technically you saved the Inquisitor's soul. This unlocks shops, allow you to move around the area, and the North Station area has opened their doors. Nice of the shop. Who would actually go shopping during this time? Because you're against the clock, so if you go shopping, you're technically wasting your own time. But if you do go in the shop, the time freezes when you go and open the shop screen, so it's not that bad, but it still seems a bit stupid to have the shop down here. Why not have the shop on the... You have the shop not down here, you would miss out on Chocolina. The most irritating character of Final Fantasy history, Chocolina, is back once again, and even more irritating as ever. Lightning seems to not be able to remember her, as we all remember the fact that she's the most irritating person ever. She no longer runs the shop, she's been sacked from that post, and now she runs the trading board. Now, the trading board is technically a mission board. You go here, and nobody else can see this apparently. Only you can see the words on the board. And it gives you, like, it collects prayers. People praying to God. All these weird ones. And you read the prayers, and you're able to do the missions therein if you can successfully kill so many things or save so many people. These will be extra side quests, allowing to save extra souls. Soul means more power, more leveling up. So it's important to find Chocolina and find this board and do these extra missions. And you see here, there's a few prayers on this. Niblet hairs you to collect. Got that already. Accepted. That went again. We are killing more things. a black one. And this as well, again, collecting more stuff, which you get from killing.
How can anyone control time?
Once you complete the side quest, you go back to the board and you mark it as complete. Now, here's me going to the camera angle again. Now, I think this is part of your system of attacking. Now, you do these costumes. These costumes will have effects on your energy bar. That's just a costume drilling. That doesn't do anything. That doesn't do anything. These do, as you can see here, it gives you a default ATP gauge, maximum HP bonus, strength bonus. That one's slightly different as well. It's giving you more maximum HP. It's giving you attack option level 2 on this garb. So, and that one's got a guard level 2. So these are important. That's a more defensive one, that's a more attacking one. So it's beneficial to collect these other alternative costumes. The costume outfits are what actually helps your defenses, like armor. It's the best probably word for it, is your armor. And these give you specific traits. You can collect new weapons, which will do swords. And this is where I mentioned earlier, you have to have certain specific weapons for each different self. If we go into the powers you get, go into the ability slots. Oh, that's not what I want to click on. See, if I equip that to that, you see the bonus goes up. And you can select garb, which is the costume, weapons, and the shield. These can all be interchanged between the characters itself. And you can also have like your usual ones, your bangles and your necklaces as well. So it's all kind of the same as before, except it's all around the same character. So in order to make it interesting, they made these costume changes itself. You can see there, if I equip that weapon, it will be less. Equip this weapon, it will be less there. But you've got a weapon for each different costume. So you've got to carry, like, if you've got 3 costumes, you've got to carry 3 weapons. And you can't use the same weapon on the same costume. So when you change your costume up, you have to have a different type of weapon, that goes with the costume. So it's a bit of juggling to get it right. But what you're doing here, technically, is giving yourself the best layout. So when you stack up into attack mode, you can have 1 for magic. In this case, this one's max at HP plus 1,500. That's a massive HP bonus in that one. So it's beneficial to utilise the sort of formats you've got here and change about whatever you've got. It's a bit complicated, but if you do get to play this game, you'll see what I mean. But that's more or less how you work on your equipment space itself. Now, I had to look into it. I found where they are. I found the children at Ethel. There's the children at Ethel there, and I have to follow them to where they're going. I already knew where they were going. They're going to the phone booth at the far end of the area. Now, this game didn't really tell you that. They kind of said, go and wait for them. Him was saying, go to the phone booth area. I waited at the phone booth area, lost some time, and just sat there. And time seems to run very, very quickly. As you can see here, I've already got 3. That's like hours. 3 hours already. And we're already halfway through the day. And what have I done this day? There's not been a lot I've done. And it's already 3 hours long. So time is very, very quick in this game. You feel like you've done your 6 hours in no time. I've only played a short bit of time in this game. Running time in this game, I've probably played about an hour or so, but when I've been down this planet, I've been down here about 10 minutes or something, and 3 hours is gone. So the game linear isn't really real time. Plot seems to run very, very quickly. The light areas sort of change with you as you go around. It's darker, it's more in the morning. It's from midnight until 6 o'clock a.m. So you're just more or less running about at night time when everyone's in their beds so they don't see you. You don't want to be found.
Stay out of sight and see what they're up to.
Show that you are one of us. In the forest of darkness, chaos holds sway. To the goddess of death, these numbers I say. 7891.
The rites are beginning. Make haste.
See that? I think I just found my invitation to the party.
Yeah, so when the phone rings, you have to give them a 4-digit code. Simple, if you have the numbers.
Right. Simple. So any bright ideas about how to do that? I mean, considering you're doling out advice.
Head back to town and see what you can uncover.
So you got these door locks, you have to find the number code to get out the door. And the numbers only appear at a specific time, which is when you're around. You have to find the numbers in the city.
The heretical cult, the so-called Children of Etro, are behind the murders. They become increasingly visible in the city. Judging by the tone of their message, they view the Savior as their enemy. What I don't understand is why they would target you. You're here to save souls and guide them to a new world. Why wouldn't they want that?
It's not that clear cut.
So I kind of walked about, looked at a few posters to see if I could see any numbers.
Don't worry. Even if the world hates you,
But the clock's ticking, so I kind of didn't want to waste my time here. So I'm looking to see if I saw it. Nothing at all.
They'll be out of my reach until they're done with their business.
It seems like a waste to just wait here.
If you've got health damage, you can go to an innkeeper and he'll heal you. He'll give you some food you can eat it. So, you should wonder about my HP gauge. Considering I don't actually get a chance to fight any, it's not really too important. As you see here, I can quite randomly walk around the city and not get into, random encounters like any other Final Fantasy game. There's nothing physically to fight in this game. You just walk about cities. Like, annoying. And occasionally you talk to people.
It's the chaos, ain't it? Life's got no meaning, so you want to throw it away. Or better yet, your man went and dumped you, so you want to take it out on some beasties.
Look, I don't know you, and you clearly don't know me.
You don't know me? You came to do business with Baird without checking up on me first? Not too bright, are you, girlie? Huh? You want to keep talking? I'm game, but you gotta buy this here, baby. It's all the qualifications you'll need to be a top-notch seed hunter. That don't mean you're a real seed hunter yet, though. That you gotta earn.
I'm gonna guess that seed hunters collect...
Seeds. Yeah. Soul seeds, to be all specific and everything. You know what they are, right? The shiny little lights floating in the chaos? We call them monster eggs in the chaos. A certain, shall we say, organization buys them up. For a good price, too. Says they, make medicines and stuff out of them. Listen, girlie. Here's the deal. I pay you for seeds. The more, the better. Here's something you'll need to know. There are a total of 4 merchants who will buy your seeds. 1 in Yusnan, 1 in the Wildlands, 1 in the Dead Dunes. And most of all, me, here in Luxarian. 1 in every location. Think you can remember that? If you got some soul seeds you're looking to discard, all you need to do is track one of us down. Simple, right? Oh, and don't worry. You'll recognize us easily by our fancy little hats.
Right, so you gotta find these soul seeds. You gotta teach these traders each of zones. And they'll give you money and stuff for it, so obviously it's not going to turn into something bad because some mysterious guy will use them. Now, this is where things get really retarded. I hate using that word, but this is really stupid. These are the seeds of chaos. These are the only time we'll fight things.
Chaos infusions are influxes of chaos into the world.
Once you defeat the monster and the chaos disperse, but the risk of this is you're going to fight something that's going to be pretty supercharged. You get some ready or things added to the cell to it, or bonuses. And it's ready debuffed me totally. Slowed me down, it's took away some of my attack power, my magic's doing well. It's really pretty useless. Guard block, I'm getting my arms handed to me. If you do defeat this, it'll be a massive bonus, but you're taking a risk to try and clear it. But if you do clear it successfully, you gain the reward, also you get a chance to get some soul seeds as well. But it's the only time you get a chance to fight these things. Fight monsters. And they're not normal ones, they're just crazy as monsters. I tried to debuff it down, but as you can see there, I didn't actually get far. I eventually got myself back up again, only to get killed in the end. The problem with dying was I lost time, and therefore the day was over virtually for me, the clock. Anyway, this is Final Fantasy Lightning Returns. We'll give you some more with Day 2. I hope you like this review. I'll look out for my regular Let's Play series of it, which should be coming out Sunday. I'll give you my overall review once I get cover on the game itself, but first initial signs don't look good. Thank you, your oyster. But RTP Lightning Returns. Now that's a good part 3.